Hello and welcome to Digesting the Soul. Today I'm going to be discussing a really fascinating topic, and that is Bach Flower Remedies. Now, I am surprised that I've come along this far in my life without ever discovering these. I was actually at a metaphysical bookstore and there was a woman giving a lecture, and she was kind of giving a laundry list of things that she utilized for her own health and wellness, and Bach Remedy was something she mentioned. So I started researching it, and it's just a really interesting concept in a way to improve your own mental and physical health. So Dr. Bach, Edward Bach, was a British physician. He was born in 1886. He lived to 1936. And his basic philosophy was that he practiced for many years, and what he saw in his patients was that he felt he couldn't successfully treat any symptoms or a specific disease because he had come to believe that disease and illness was the result of an imbalance in one's emotional state. So he eventually left his practice and dedicated his life full time. He had a house in England, and he was researching, working with flowers and plants and trees, and he believed that they carried a natural healing vibration. And I believe he must have been divinely guided. He reminds me a little bit of Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet, people would come with their health issues, he'd go to sleep and then wake up and have a remedy for them. And Dr. Bach was a very sensitive man, and he was intuitively guided, and he would pick flowers and plants, and he would consume them, and he would feel that he could know the healing vibration of that natural plant. And what he eventually would do is, say he had a flower, he would put it in a bowl of natural spring water, he would leave it outside and let the sun infuse it for a couple hours, and then he would take that water to preserve it. He would add brandy and alcohol, and then so that vibration and essence of that natural plant was now in a liquid form, and he would give doses to his patients, and he would also experiment a lot on himself. And basically he came up with 38 flower remedies, and each individual remedy represents an emotional state of a human. So I'm going to be talking about just one of these remedies. This was the very first remedy that I began to work with, and because I want to bring information to you with something that I've personally experienced and researched, I really wanted to find a remedy that most people could relate to, and also would be the easiest to determine if indeed I was getting results and relief from what it said it could accomplish. And so I chose olive. And olive is basically a remedy that you would take when you've kind of reached your limit physically and mentally, when you have great fatigue and exhaustion. And so this is a remedy that you would take to regain your energy or to get the rest that you need. And I do want to mention that there is so much information online about Bach Remedy. I would say start with the BachCenter.com website. This is the center in England that now it's a museum where Dr. Bach lived and worked, and their website is excellent. I would say before you bought a book, just save your money so that you can purchase a remedy and do your research online. And I pulled up their website. If you go to the website, on the top it'll say remedies, and when you click it on the right hand side, there's actually a remedy guide. And how it works is all 38 remedies are listed, and they will give like a one brief sentence kind of describing that remedy. And if that resonates with you, click it and you'll get a longer description. So I'll just read what it says for olive, and it says, is the remedy for tiredness and exhaustion after an effort of some kind, such as a hard physical or mental labor, or the long struggle against illness. The remedy gives us what we need to restore our strength and the faith we need to continue an effort. we may feel energized, or we may at least be able to rest properly. And what's really unique is then they always have a quote specifically from Dr. Bach about the remedy he created. And for olive, he says, for those who have suffered much, mentally or physically, and are so exhausted and weary that they feel they have no more strength to make any effort, daily life is hard work for them without pleasure. So I think most people can relate one time or another, whether you have insomnia or a lot of, stress in your life, and just accomplishing daily tasks is difficult. This is definitely a remedy to use. So the basic guidelines are that you use the remedy. A dose would be 2 drops. You can put 2 drops directly on your tongue. It's a little glass brown bottle. It's 20 mLs, 0.7 fluid ounces. It has an alcohol taste, so you can either put it directly on your tongue, the 2 drops, or you can put the 2 drops in a glass of water and drink it that way. Every remedy tastes exactly the same. And they say to give it at least 3 to 5 days for your symptoms to improve. And basically you take as needed. And when I started this, I would take it in the morning. And what's really unique about each bottle is they'll paraphrase the remedy, and I always like to say it out loud before I would take it. And this one just says, restores energy when you are physically and mentally exhausted. And I would take the 2 drops first thing in the morning when I was getting ready. And then usually my energy does dip, like most people, in the afternoon, and I would take another 2 drops. And I have to say, within 3 to 5 days, I did feel like my energy was restored, and I was accomplishing more in my life. And so probably after a week or 2, I did stop using it. And I would say within a week, my energy really dipped again. So I resumed taking it. Again, I took it for another couple weeks. I felt really good. I stopped taking it. I had another energy dip. So I basically continued until I finished the bottle, because they do say how this is working is it is restoring harmony and balance in your energy field. And I have suffered from a chronic illness since I was 20, and I do suffer from a lot of insomnia. I don't sleep more than probably 5 hours a night would be my average. So this is more of a long-standing issue as opposed to something short term that's been occurring in my life. So I can see how, it's going to take me longer. I have since then purchased a second bottle, and I just use it for those days when I feel a little bit low energy or didn't get a good night's sleep. But all in all, it has been a product that has really worked for me. I have to say I am surprised. It has been a little bit magical for me. And when I was really kind of meditating on it, it's really no more magical than things that we take, say like cough medicine or Tylenol. There was a scientist or a chemist somewhere that also created these concoctions, and we take those for granted. We have faith that they're going to work. We don't doubt them. Bach flower remedies aren't as common in the United States where I live, but they're very common in the UK. And so, it's been around for a long time, and anything that stands the test of time, I believe probably works. And there are so many products in the Bach Remedy line, and they come in all, not just liquid format. You can have hard candies, there's chewing gums, there's sprays, there's little gel caps. And I will put out more videos because I've definitely tried several of the products. And like I said, you can go on to the bachcenter.com website and purchase any of the remedies there. Majority of mine that I've purchased is at a local health food store. These bottles run about $17.99. So I do try to wait till they're on sale, 25% off. From what I see, just about any remedy I've ever researched is available on Amazon.com. You just want to be careful to note where the seller's location is, because a lot is in the UK, so just note that it's, it's going to take maybe 2 weeks to get to you as opposed to an American seller. But there are also a lot of American sellers online, like vitamin and supplement companies sell these as well. So I hope you found that interesting, and let me know if you have any success specifically with this Bach flower remedy. And again, I'm wishing everybody great health and all the best, and I'll see you in my next video.